Congress and the petitioners who are opposing the abrogation of Article 370 when people are clearly saying that it has made a difference to their lives? Also, I would like to come to Pakistan's situation, that wouldn't it, the abrogation of 370, wouldn't it loosen Pakistan's hold on POK? If so, then why oppose the abrogation?
Politics, that's the only thing. And by the way, I'm in full agreement with the other panelist who just now said 35,000 people killed. Were they considered? Were their families considered? Did you consult them? Did they want that abrogation should be not there? The 370 must stay. The 5 lakh people displaced, what do they want? Did you consider? Why the only few people called as Mehboobas or the, Farouks or anybody like that? Don't I have a right for Srinagar? You mean to say 140 crore people are useless? Only few of you are only eligible to put this. Why? I want to know all this from them only. What is the standing? What is the standing of Congress as far as J&K is concerned? Could you ever in last elections prove yourself that yes, you represent people? Why are you not the CM? Why you don't have a government? Why National Conference has a government? When National Conference had a government, they had their way. You see, we must look at two things very clearly. One is, what do people want? And I will sadly disagree with anybody who says, what does J&K people want? That gentleman who was speaking, identity. Oh, bhai sahab, aapki kaun si identity maine le li? Are you not getting education? Are you not having the Aadhaar card for J&K? Are you not having the citizenship of J&K? Are you not having the language of J&K? Are you doing marriages outside, or the outsiders doing it inside? What has been taken away from you? What has been snatched away from you? What is that item which you are not getting, for which you are cribbing? You tell me, has your culture been stolen? Is your language been stolen? Denied to you? As far as procedures are concerned, procedures are there to deliver. Today, the procedure is being delivered by the Supreme Court. Let it do its job. But will you now, the way he was saying, okay, we will wait. Oh, bhai sahab, identity to tune badi jaldi bata di. Why will you wait? Why will you not say that whatever is the decision given by Supreme Court, I will accept? I appeal to all my J&K people to accept it gracefully, with total responsibility. I would rather appeal to Supreme Court today. You are at a test whether you are going to give a decision anti-India or for the India. What is India first? Is it applicable only to me as an army man? Why is it not applicable to everybody? Today I will hold Supreme Court responsible for every word which they include in this decision. As far as I am concerned, Supreme Court, please take my appeal. Otherwise I will appeal officially that anybody who opposes your decision today, should it not be treated as a contempt? If what a beautiful situation. If I speak something, then it is contempt. If Mehbooba says something, it is not a contempt. वो बहुत बड़ी देशभक्त हो गई. किस बात की देशभक्त हो गई? If Congress is tomorrow or today after 2 hours is going to say that no, we don't agree. Well, you don't agree is your right. But then Supreme Court, you need to apply the rule of contempt to every individual in this country. Procedures, I will grant you that the state legislative assembly should have agreed and passed a resolution. Fine, that procedure will be compliant. Did we at the time of constitution write that internet will be available? It was not. It has been included later. Has never ever an amendment taken place? It will be dynamic. It should be dynamic. The way I am growing, the way you are growing, let the Supreme Court also take it for granted that yes, you have been asked that procedure was taken or not. And as I had written today only, okay, any protest I have already covered. Decision, favorable or non-favorable, it should be mandatory for every party, every individual to accept it gracefully with total responsibility, failing which, Supreme Court, I appeal to you. Please take cognizance of the contempt. Otherwise लोग हंसेंगे कि आप डिसीजन दे देते हो, इंप्लीमेंट होते नहीं है. दिवाली पे पटाखे नहीं चलेंगे, लेकिन चलते जरूर हैं. What is this point? You see, the Supreme Court also has to take responsibility when it comes down to such decisions which are going to affect masses, my country. If today anything you say for J&K, why will not Nagaland, Manipur take advantage of that? You need to see it that way. India first is what? India first is this. Overall interest of the country should always be first, every time, everywhere.
Absolutely, sir. I would like to go to Sri Deshratanji right now. That as Colonel Shailendra just put it, I would also like to add that yes, India does have some very sensitive boundaries. So, Deshratanji, could you please tell us that Amit Shah in July had also put in an affidavit in the parliament citing all the changes that had come in after the abrogation of Article 370, all the improvements in J&K. Despite that, Mehbooba Mufti continues to say ये जम्मू और कश्मीर के नागरिकों के अधिकारों का हनन है. I am really, please help me understand how the statement stands true when local people we are talking to are saying the same thing. The government in an official affidavit has said the same thing. How is it still the hanan of adhikaro of the J&K people?
Nikita ji, let us be very clear. This Article 370 was a temporary and transitional article, clearly mentioned in the heading of Chapter 21 of the Constitution. It was made to ensure that till the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir is enacted by the Constituent Assembly, the parliamentary laws will be applicable, and whatever the laws made by the parliament on a state and concurrent list will be applicable. This was an interim arrangement. In fact, Gopal Swami Iyengar, who introduced this bill, clearly said it is an interim measure. And let me tell you, Dr. Ambedkar, while talking to Sheikh Abdullah, clearly said Article 370 is a forgery and betrayal to the nation. This is Dr. Ambedkar's word. And Article 35A, which came through backdoor, people didn't even know, that took away the rights of the people. There was two kinds of citizenship. The citizenship of Jammu and Kashmir, and in order to go there, you required permit, as if it was not a part of India. This created a kind of a divide or an apartheid. Two distinct regions, one only for the Jammu and Kashmir, and the rest of the people will have to take permission to go there. So this kind of discrimination had to go, that apartheid had taken place, and the ethnic cleansing, as Amit was talking about, the genocide of people was continuing, and an Islamic state was trying to be created. It was almost like an Islamic state prior to abrogation of 370. Now 370, once it is temporary and transitional, it cannot be accorded a permanent status. And clause 3 of the same article clearly says, and it has to be interpreted, which is very important, that the president has to take consent of the Constituent Assembly. But please remember, 370 was only an interim measure till the Constitution of Jammu Kashmir is to be passed. Therefore, that permission that was required was for that interim period only, not when the Constituent Assembly passed the Constitution and passed a resolution that is an integral part of India. So that interpretation has to be taken care of. That what the opposition parties and their lawyers are saying, it has become permanent for all times to come, and even today the president has to take permission. No, that was only for the interim period. So that argument probably nobody took in the